March was a pretty busy month for me. Between work and my trip to London for Stitch Festival, I just didn't know how much time I would have to sew. But I did manage to make 5 things, and all 5 were pretty successful. So in today's video, I'm going to talk you through my 5 makes during the month of March and tell you which one I'm already reaching for. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Izzy, and on this channel, I just love to share my sewing journey. So what I'm making, what I'm learning, what I'm planning, and what I get excited about, like pretty fabrics. All right, so like I said, the month of March was a bit of a whirlwind. Work was incredibly busy at the start of the month, and then I was planning my trip to London. I then went to London, and then a bunch of things have happened since, which made it a little bit of a crazy month. But when I filmed my March plans video, I believe I had 5 projects on the list, and I did manage to make all 5. Incredibly proud of myself. What that also means for me, though, is that given the proper motivation, a trip to London, I can make progress and pretty much finish anything I set my mind to. All right, so let's walk through my 5 projects that I finished during the month of March. All right, so I'm going to insert either clips or photos of all of these makes because some of them are in the wash, and yeah, some of them I don't have with me. So let's begin with my Sunday walking pants by Stylarch. I bought that pattern way back in the early fall because I was making my mom an athleisure set of like pants and a fun layering piece. And I loved putting those pants together for my mom. She loves her pants. She wears them. So I thought they would be the perfect thing to travel to and from London. They are a comfortable, elasticated waist, knit or jersey pattern with a fun stripe down the side. And I thought I would be able to add some interest there, even if I kept the colors very neutral. So I used a black cotton jersey from Core Fabrics. It's a very high quality fabric. It's got great stretch and recovery, but they're black, and I thought that was pretty basic. So I decided to use some athletic knit in white for the side stripe, and I absolutely love these pants. I wore them on the plane to go. I wore them on the plane to come back. And I even wore them again now that I'm home because they are just that comfortable. They have side seam pockets, and I did not mess up, but I did have some issues sewing the pockets in. So there's a tiny bit of like stretching or pulling at the side where the pockets are, but yeah, if you're not a sewist, you probably won't even notice it, and you'll think it's just perfectly normal that there's something going on there because there are pockets. I made a size 20 in these pants. I make a size 20 in all of Stylarch bottom patterns, like I've made a few now, and I find that size 20 just gives me the comfort, the amount of ease I like, and there's nothing too tight or too clingy, basically, in a size 20. I did make my usual pant adjustments, which means I reduced the front rise by 1 inch, so a tilted waist adjustment by 1 inch. I scooped the back crotch a little bit, so a low seat adjustment by 1/4 inch, and sorry I'm looking down, looking at my notes. And then I extended the back crotch extension by a 1/2 inch. Now those 3 adjustments have become my usual adjustments whenever I'm making trousers or pants. I have a bit of a tilted waist in that I prefer, for comfort reasons, to have my waist a little bit lower in the front. so that the waist of the garment falls, like I said, in a comfortable spot for me. Then I have a low seat. You know, I'm in my 50s. Gravity has taken over. So usually the patterns are drafted for a bit of a higher bum. And then I need extra room at my inner thighs, which is why I add the 1/2 inch to the back crotch extension. On some patterns, I also have to add a little bit to the front crotch extension, but usually only adding it to the back works perfectly. So I love my pants. Like I said, the fit I got is really good. Comfort level is through the roof, and they look fun, and they look cute, and they look polished. So I'm thinking I need to make more of these. I could buy a lighter weight cotton jersey perhaps, and make like a summer version of these trousers or pants, and they would be perfect for cooler mornings or cooler evenings in the summer. And I think I can really play with that side stripe and not just use a solid. I could use a print. I could use like stretch lace would be super cool. So I definitely have plans to make more of these. Yeah, highly recommend this pattern. Projects number 2 and 3, because I made 2 of the exact same thing, were my Think Pink project for the month, or well, with the February box, which was a beautiful burgundy baby cord. Like the whales were so tiny. This fabric was amazing to work with. Yeah, great box. So I ended up making 2 skirts, one for me, one for Marianne, and I went with the Easy Does It skirt pattern by Pattern Emporium. I had made that skirt before in a rayon and loved how it fit me, loved how it looked on me, and was really curious to see what the shape of it would look like in a bit of a structured fabric like that, this cord. So it's got a nice A-line shaped. I decided to put on patch pockets on our skirts. Our skirts are basically identical. So this pattern has a flat front, elasticated back for optimal comfort. And yeah, love how these skirts came out. I brought mine to London, wore my skirt with another one of my March makes for one of the show days, and my only regret, and really this was like, come on, Izzy, these are this is a cord skirt, and I'm wearing tights because I would never wear the skirt with no tights, and it stuck to them, which was very annoying. So each step I made, the skirt would stick and then right up a little, right? So I constantly had to tug my skirt down. Now, obviously, this is not an issue with the pattern or the fabric. It's me not realizing that cord plus tights, not a good mix if you're not gonna have a slip or a lining. So I do, and the worst part of it is I do have a slip I could have brought with me, just completely escaped my mind. But yeah, other than that, love how the skirt feels. I love how it looks, and I'm thinking there may be more of them in the fall, because I love nothing more than a nice skirt with tights, boots, or running shoes or sneakers, and a cute top. Like for work, for me, that is, yeah, chef's kiss. Love, 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 love it. Marianne's skirt is still not with her, so I don't have pictures of her in her skirt. Because of the travel and work and stuff, I haven't seen Marianne in a few weeks now. I think we are due for a visit. I'm gonna lay some mom guilt on her. And then she can pick up her skirt and probably like the next project I'm gonna make for her for the month of April. So those are projects number 2 and 3. Let's now move on to project number 4. I made another Patina blouse. I'm in love with that pattern. I have now I have 3 in my wardrobe. Have now made this pattern 5 times. I had to retire 2 of them because the fabric was shredding, basically. But this has got to be one of my favorite blouse patterns. I just love the collar. I love the V-neck. I love it's not loose and it's not oversized. It's just a relaxed fit, which is so comfortable. And I love the puff sleeves, which if you've been around the channel for a while, I love to add details at my shoulders and at my collarbones, basically, because I feel like that takes the eyes away from my middle, you know, which I don't necessarily want to draw attention to. So the Patina blouse was really a pattern designed for me because it helps me achieve all of my styling goals. To make this newer version, I used a linen viscose mix from Core Fabrics. It's a nice textured fabric. It's stunning. And this is my white. So I'm a winter, and in my color palette, the white is like a nice, bright, crisp white. This was perfect. And let's face it, who doesn't need a white blouse in their wardrobe? And surprisingly enough, I didn't have one. So this was the perfect thing. I made the short sleeves because I'm more than likely gonna wear this in spring, summer, although I can obviously layer it under a cardigan or a blazer if I'm gonna wear it to work. But yeah, this is going to be a super, super versatile piece in my wardrobe, and I absolutely love it. Now, I made this Patina blouse in part because I needed a white blouse, but also because the last time I made it, I got the fit spot on, except for the shoulders, which were falling off my shoulders a little bit, and it annoyed me. So I decided to make it again, but this time fix the shoulders. So I did a narrow shoulder adjustment on my pattern. I did film the whole process for you, and that video is going to come out on the channel, I think, next week. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button if narrow shoulder adjustments are something that you need to do on your patterns as well. So I made my usual size XL. I did a full bust adjustment, which was already on my pattern from the last time I made it. And I did a 1/2 inch narrow shoulder adjustment. And yeah, it's almost perfect. I hesitate to use the word perfect for me-made garments because, let's face it, they never are. But this blouse is as close to perfect as I'm ever gonna get, I'm sure. I just love it so, so much. All right. Oh, and on a very small side note, when I talked about the garments I was packing to go to London, a few of you mentioned that I was very courageous taking a white blouse with me on a trip, taking so few items in my suitcase. And I'm happy to report that my blouse did not get dirty. Yeah, nothing. I was a good girl, didn't spill anything. It was all good. It all worked out. And my last make of the month of March was something I actually got done on a whim when I came back from London earlier this week. It's a new Paige hoodie by Chalk and Notch in a gloriously bright pink ponte. So I've made the Paige hoodie before. I made it a couple times, one time for Marianne, one time for me. And when I made it for myself, I decided to do the drawstring hem. So basically, yeah, you just put a drawstring in and then cinch it in as much or as little as you want. It's a pretty cropped length, but because you draw it in, there's no risk of flashing anybody. And I wore it during my trip with my birch trousers from Seamwork, which are pretty high-waisted. Anywho, I love that hoodie, and I decided I wanted to try the hemmed or the banded version of the hoodie because Christine had hers with her in London, and I just loved how it looked on her. So I figured, let me try it in this ponte. This Ponte was a remnant from a suit I made for Marianne a couple of years ago now. I had maybe 1.5 meters, maybe a little less than 1.5 meters left of this fabric, and it worked perfectly for my Paige hoodie. I did not lengthen the bodice at all, and I made the size, oh, I can't remember which size I made. I think I made the size 18 of the curvy range, so that comes with a D cup for the bust, and it turned out so cute. I love my pink, bright pink Paige hoodie. The only thing is, when I make this again, I'm gonna add about 1 inch to the length, because although when I'm standing very straight or sitting, all's good, but if I need to reach up for something, I'm gonna flash tummy for sure, because it is pretty cropped. So, but you know, to wear around the house, it's all good, it's fine. Plus, I love that color on me. I just, yeah, it brightens me up, it makes me happy. It's a very nice bright pink. So yeah, I'm super pleased with this one. So I've gotten to remake this pattern, try out the style I wanted to try. I got rid of a remnant from my stash, and I got a really cute hoodie out of the deal, which is fabulous. Now, I want to make another Paige hoodie at some point very soon, but this time just replace the hood with just a neckband to try and see if I like that on me, because usually I'm not crazy about, as I say, wearing a pretty high neckline. I'm usually not crazy about those on me, but I'm gonna try it. I have, I think, the perfect fabric to give it a try and make myself like a summer-ish, spring summer-ish sweatshirt type of make. So yeah, so there you go. Those are the 5 things I managed to make this month, even though this month was a little bit crazy. So all in all, I am incredibly happy with what I got done during the month of March. Not necessarily in terms of the quantity of things I made, but in terms of how useful these makes will be in my wardrobe. I'm so happy that a lot of them came with me to London, so they served their original purpose, but also so many of them, because like the blouse is white, the pants are black and white, like so many of them are going to be really versatile in my wardrobe, will go with a ton of things I already have in there. So in my mind, all of my sewing this month was practical, it served a purpose, and yeah, it was all good. They were all fun makes too. So very successful makes. Very successful month. All right, I would love to know what you've been up to during the month of March. Have you gotten your list of projects done? Do you even have a list? Are you happy with everything you got done this month? I would love to know. Put that in the comments below. Now, before I let you go, you know, I never do this on my channel. I hesitate to do this because, anyways, for many reasons. But I would like to give somebody a shout out, somebody's channel a shout out. So while I was in London, I met Pam, who is a YouTuber. She's got a small channel. She just started, and I would love for you to go and give her a look. Maybe subscribe to her channel, watch a couple of her videos. She is the sweetest person in the world, and yeah, just go and give her some love. So I'll put a link to her channel below, and yeah, let me know what you think when you get there. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it, and I will see you soon.